Biological parts of stress. Stress and happiness play an essential part in our day-to-day life. As life becomes more hectic as we age, our responsibilities grow, leading to high levels of stress. When our bodies experience stress, they shift and change as the stress affects us on a biological level. Let's take a closer look.
When we become stressed, our bodies fall under duress, and we are susceptible to physical illness. Our bodies respond to stress by activating the sympathetic diversion of the nervous system, and more commonly noted as the fight or flight reaction. The sympathetic nervous system activates when human beings become physically or emotionally upset. As stress invades our minds, a stress reaction mechanism, commonly referred to as GAS, activates in our body.
GAS stands for General Adaptation System. There are 4 stages of GAS. The first stage is called homeostasis, and this represents the body and its natural balance point. Once a stressor is introduced, the body enters an alarm state, and the sympathetic nervous system is activated. The body then enters the resistance stage of general adaptation syndrome. The body experiences the series of change, including increased heart rate, blood pressure, and metabolic rate, as well as a release of glucose in the blood, a dilation of the bronchioles, a change in blood flow patterns, increased alertness, and decreased digestive and kidney activity. All of these symptoms work together to push the body to its full potential and alertness to successfully deal with the stressor at hand. The final stage of GAS is the exhaustion stage. The longer the body remains in resistance, the longer and harder recovery is.
Happiness. Philosophers, psychologists, even economists have been trying to define it for generations. Now, a new branch of psychology called positive psychology has been trying to figure out just what makes people happy. But not just short-term happiness in terms of mood, but long-term sense of meaning and deep satisfaction. Everything that involves living a good life.
However, research shows that happiness is not simply having one joyful experience after another. In order to achieve true happiness, it involves times of considerable discomfort. So being truly happy does not mean you're happy at every second. Another common misconception is that money is the key to happiness, but it only is to a certain extent. Money buys freedom from worrying about basics in life, housing, food, and clothing. Genetic makeup, life circumstances, achievements, marital status, social relationships, and even your neighbors all influence your happiness. Research estimates that a large majority of happiness is under your self-control.
Studies show that if you regularly indulge yourself in small pleasures and take time out of your everyday just for yourself, such as being absorbed in activities, setting and meeting goals, maintaining close social ties, and finding purpose beyond oneself, are all things that will help you to increase your overall life satisfaction. All in all, if you want to be happy, take some time for yourself, don't sweat the little stuff, and do not put happiness in the future. Spend your time trying to be happy now. There are many neurotransmitters that help create happiness in the body.
I am adrenaline. I allow you to maximize your human potential by taking risks.
I am an endocannabinoid. I am a runner, energetic, and I alter what your body perceives and your levels of consciousness. I'm also responsible for the runner's high that people sometimes feel.
I am dopamine, goal setter. I'm responsible for reward-driven behavior and pleasure seeking. Right now I'm listing my goals for the week, one being to get an A on my calculus test so that my mom lets me go to the fair with my friends.
I am serotonin. I allow you to put yourself in new situations where you can increase your self-confidence and self of belonging.
I am oxytocin. I allow you to make bonds and to be loyal and trusting. I enjoy spending time with my friends and family.
I'm endorphin. I'm released during strenuous exercise and allow you not to feel pain.
I am GABA. I slow down the firing of neurons and create calmness.
Here's a message from Professor David Kitchen. What are important biological connections between stress and your health?
On the short term, stress actually increases heart rate and lung rate. It's this whole epinephrine, adrenaline cascade, which increases to increase performance. Over the long term, some of these chemicals can get in the bloodstream and actually cause more clogging of the arteries with fats and cholesterols. It can break down the immune system, it can break down other parts of your body and decrease your body's ability to fight disease over a long period of time.
Okay. How does decreased stress aid in a happy brain?
By decreasing stress, there are less harmful effects on the body and the circulatory system, and so there's a better general feeling of the body because there's not as many bad things going on in the body. The brain senses that. The brain feels the relaxed, less stressful environment, and therefore there's less worrying and less brain nervous system reaction to the stress, and therefore everything calms down, so the brain becomes quote-unquote happy.
Now, an interview from Miss Hannigan. What happens to your mind when you become stressed?
So a lot of different things happen. First of all, if you're facing acute stress, your fight or flight syndrome kicks in. Your blood pressure increases, your heart rate increases. It prepares your body to decide whether or not you have to flee something that's presenting a threat, or fight it, or freeze. Another thing that happens that affects people a lot is their working memory goes down right away. So decision making is compromised, resiliency is compromised, coping skills are compromised. So when you face stress and when your brain is undergoing stress, pretty much every major function is negatively impacted. So both long-term and short-term stress can be definitely high impact for the body and the mind.
Okay.
How has having a healthy lifestyle decreased your stress and increased your happiness?
So I think it's mostly decreased my stress and increased my happiness by being an outlet. Like, it's more about, for me, the happiness comes from sort of just decompressing, being outside, riding my bike, than necessarily the healthy thing. Do you know? I don't know if it's the healthy part or the, a couple hours a day I put my headphones on and don't talk to anyone and just ride around doing something I love doing. So it's hard to say, but that would be it in a nutshell.
Understand the science behind stress.
So next time you're feeling stressed, now you understand what's happening in your body that's causing it.
Focus on the important relationships in your life so you can be truly happy.
Stress.
And happiness.